Check, check. 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Check, check. So anyway, Elmoshi, I gotta turn this down. That's crazy hot. Elmoshi says he will be here in a couple minutes, and I'm trying this out. I'm recording this on my YouTube channel so that we'll have it, but I'm also attempting to live stream it to X. I think it's working. It's working so far with just me. But what's going to happen when Elmoshi gets here and we've got another voice going? I don't know. So if I can hear him, it should be okay. This is my first time doing this. I'll make sure that I record it so that if it does get screwed up, I can just edit it and fix it. Let me do that now. Okay. So yeah, just if you're there, if you're watching, just hang out, I guess. And when you see Elmoshi pop back in, we're just going to chat real quick about Meme Alliance. It's going to be a short one. I put out a video earlier talking about the fact that the game is scheduled to launch this quarter, and we don't have much left of this quarter. But there was, I should have checked into a few things with them before I actually made the video, and there were a couple of things that weren't quite accurate. So we're just going to clarify that stuff. Nothing that's any big deal. Ultimately, it's still like really awesome. Oh, I think he's here. I hear a doorbell. Let me see. Brother, brother, brother. Are you turning on your video or am I just going to listen to you talk? Can you hear me yet?
Yes, I do.
Oh yeah,
Can
I
you
hear
hear
you.
me?
I hear you too.
Wait,
I
wait a
set
second, wait a second.
I set up
I
this
need to
nice
check.
little thing here for us to sit in my kitchen, so I was hoping you're gonna put your
Just
video
trying to
on.
figure out how to switch to Bluetooth. Wait, hang on.
Oh, all right. No, do your thing. Take your time.
Oh man, this. Wait, I'll rejoin in a second. Okay?
Okay, yeah, no worries. Come in.
Hey, I don't understand why I cannot change the Bluetooth. Hang on. It's weird.
I'm more worried about your video than I am the audio. I hear you fine.
Yeah, I know, but I'm outside, so
Oh yeah. What are you walking the dog?
yeah, I am actually. You can see me now, but you don't see me anyway. You know what I mean? Like I'm outside.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out this stupid because I have my earplugs
I can
in
kinda
used.
kinda see you. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can grab you and pull you down.
How does it work? More settings, background and effect, disconnect audio.
My apologies to anybody who's watching. This was extremely impromptu. Otherwise, we would have had all this stuff set up ahead of time.
Yeah, you hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I hear you as well now. I guess I just have to do it without Bluetooth then.
Okay.
That's
No
fine.
video. Video. No
Mm,
video. I know
yeah.
you're walking,
I
but it
can
doesn't
I can
matter.
show you a video, but it's dark outside here, man.
So
So
what? Yeah, go
it's
ahead. It's better than me talking to you. Like a blank chair.
yeah, here I am. Hey.
Oh, jeez, that's different. Anyway, what's going on, brother? Last time I talked to you, you were walking your dog, but it was raining out.
Yep. Now it's not raining, but it's actually quite fresh today. So
Yeah, oh, I can see it decent. All
yeah,
right,
here you
it's a little spooky. It's a little
go.
weird,
Look,
but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna keep this
look.
short. Go ahead.
You don't see my head?
Yeah, I see your head. I see your MMA. I
Hmm.
got you. Should I go get my? Where's? Oh shit! I should have put on my sweatshirt.
But are we live yet or?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're live. We're live on X, I think. We're live. Well, we're not live on YouTube, but we're live on X. So,
Okay,
I mean,
let me
I
grab
don't
the
know.
link.
Should we let the TG group know that we're live on X? Let me
Yeah,
see.
I can send them. I can send them the link. Hang on, I'll find you.
Don't send the link that I sent you, otherwise we'll have a million people trying to join the
No,
meeting.
no, I know. I'm just gonna go to your thingy.
Let me see what I can
Wait,
do.
I actually don't know if I can. Let me see.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do it either. Let me see if I can do it from
I
here.
think you, if you're using OBS, I think you need to go to your. Uh, I think you have like an X dashboard, right? And there you have the
No,
link, I
no,
believe.
well, let me see. Yeah. Well, I'm about to broadcast. All right, so I should be on X right now. Hopefully, wait, I'm waiting for the video to come up.
Okay, let me see.
Um,
DJ Trap. DJ Trap. I don't see
DJ
anything
Trap.
here.
Hold on. Oh, there I am. Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, we're live on X. I'm gonna
You got
post.
the link or?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Give me a second. You're killing me here. Wait a minute. Let me shut that down. Open this. I've got to mute you, otherwise I'm gonna have a wicked echo. So I've got to do
That's fine.
that. I gotta press play. Blah 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 blah. Here we are. All right, so I'm gonna post it, and then it's gonna give me a link. Hold on one second. I'm gonna live with. You change your name every 2 seconds, so it's the Elmoshi, right?
Well,
At
I mean, on X it's the Elmoshi. It always was.
yeah.
My tag on TG is at Master Elmo, and my name on X is my real name. So it's a bit confusing. I understand, but I cannot change my username on TG. Because if I do that, then scammers will pick it up and they will use my TG username. If
Right,
you know
I
what I mean.
know. I get it. With and it's memes at war now.
Yeah.
Memes at
Well, it is Meme Alliance, right? That's the project. It's just that our game is called Memes at War.
no, but I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, but on X it's at memes at war, right? So I'm
Correct.
just gonna post it so everybody knows. So that is posted. Beautiful. So now if we go to what I want to do is I want to go to X and then I want to pick up that post and I want to send it to the guys in the TG so that they
Yep.
know what's going on. Just give me a second.
Ah,
And I'm going to send this directly to the Meme Alliance TG, and I will put live with Elm.
Elmoshi walking his dog in the darkness. It's
All
just that
right.
at home it's a bit tough at these times because I have a baby girl, right? And she's asleep, and I don't live in a big house, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you don't want to
not
wake
able
her up.
to talk really. Yeah, exactly. And then my
Yeah,
wife will kill me, so I'd rather prefer to, prevent that
yeah.
situation.
I hear you. All right. So I sent out the link, but all this gets recorded. So if anybody misses it, they can always go back and watch it. All right.
Oh, you can
So
see me wrong.
I put out a video earlier, which you watched, and some people were very quick to announce to me that I made a couple, including you. I made a couple of little errors. Um, talk
Ah,
to me
happens.
about all right, let me see if I can share the screen. It's probably the easier way to do it. That way you can see what we're talking about. And if I do this and I do this, then I should be able to do this and pull up. Okay, so here's a website. Can you see that on your screen?
Yeah, I can
Okay,
see that.
good. Okay. So here's the website, and here's what we were talking about earlier. One of the things I just want to point this out. Nothing's really different here, except I got down here and I was confused, and I don't know why I was confused. I didn't see these little arrows over here to the right. And I'm like, well, why is there
Yeah,
only four characters? But if you hit the little arrows, which I feel like an idiot, but it is what it is. Then you can go through and you can see all of the different characters. And so far, so right now there are 12 characters that we're going to be
yeah,
able to play with.
Yep, 12. Yeah, the menu has 12. Two lines of six. Yeah, 12. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so you can go through them all here, and these are cool because they look like little trading cards or little Pokemon cards or something. So
Yeah, you
that's
brought up if there's some sort of NFTs, but no, they're not really. It's just like a cool way of showing them out, giving their own kind of identity, right? Like with the little text underneath as well. Every single
right.
character has its unique, and it's cool because actually these texts we kind of didn't make them on our own. We decided them together with the partner meme project. We asked them, and they asked their community as well. So it's kind of like a card which represents not only the character in our game, but also the community, which is part of our game, right?
Yep, got it. Okay. Now tell me about the launch. It's not exactly the way I kind of figured that it was. So tell me how that's gonna go, how you're launching, what platform, all that stuff.
Right. So what we will do, we will have our own kind of installer, right, which you download from our website, and then that installer basically installs a launcher on your computer, which is then the Meme Alliance Memes at War launcher. And the reason why it's a launcher and not just a direct game is because in that way we can push out updates even throughout the early access, right? So we can immediately fix things, and then on the launcher you can kind of update it immediately as well, so that you don't have to download another client, so to say, right? And the reason why I use Epic Games accounts is because so you asked what is EOS, it's Epic Online Services, is because first of all, these Epic services, they provide all kinds of things like anti-cheat, right? And they have a secure server as well if it's about account management. So we decided to go with that for now. In the future, we want to change it for our own kind of accounting, including also Epic. But for now, we decided to go with Epic simply because it was, it's quite easy in a way, but also secure, right?
Okay. So
Yeah, we would have to delay again if we want to make our own accounting structure.
will you be listed in any way, shape, or form, like on their platform? Like, will there be a way to find you by going to Epic Games?
I mean, our developer kind of profile is on there. Meme Alliance, it's called, and
Okay.
our game will be on there, right? But the thing is that our game is built on Epic, right? Unreal Engine is from Epic Games,
Yep.
but the thing is that if you want to launch the game on Epic, you have to do a lot of how do you call it? Man, what do you call it? I spoke about it so many times in the past days. Like optimizations, right? Because you cannot just drop your game on there and it's fine. So you have to go through an optimization process as well as like a review process by the Epic game team, right? So it takes again some time. That's why we decided to use our own launcher, and in the meanwhile we will work on that.
All right. So you're going to go through that process, and whenever that squares
Yeah.
itself away, then you'll be able to be on it. Is there any other GameFi games that are on already on Epic? It seems like
Yeah,
a
there's quite no, there's
yeah.
quite some, but if it's like some bigger titles, I think you have on there Shrapnel, which is a shooter, and you
Okay.
have as well Off the Grid, I believe, or maybe I'm mistaken. Off the Grid maybe is on Steam, but there is some projects on there. Yes, actually, most crypto projects they go for Epic Games because Epic Games actually allows blockchain games, right? While Steam, like, it's not like strictly impossible on Steam, but Steam is very strict with crypto games, and Epic is not so.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Good.
Epic is a big launch pad, but Steam is like the the top tier, right? I mean, Steam is getting on Steam really is already like a massive marketing opportunity itself, and that is also why we added that to our roadmap. We want to also put our game onto Steam at some point.
Right. I mean, that gets it in front of gamers, you know.
Yeah,
You
real
know,
gamers, exactly.
yeah, yeah,
Exactly,
absolutely.
and we don't even want to launch it as a pure Web3 version like we build it now. We actually want to just launch it as a Web2 version, so that it's nothing than a normal regular game. And that is simply because, first of all, it's very hard on Steam to get it as a full Web3 version as we build it now. Um, and second of all, real gamers like let's say the professional real gamers, right, that are not into crypto, they won't play simply because they see it's a crypto game, right? And the goal of that is to have a Web2 version of Steam which will have the same kind of in-game assets, but it will all be fiat based, no crypto based. But for us as a project, right, and for our community and our holders, this is extremely bullish because we would make revenue, right, in fiat, which we can then put back into the project by either buybacks, marketing, or development, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. I mean, I'm not going to ask you because it's none of my business, but holy crap. I mean, some numbers have been thrown out to me, a matter of months ago about how much you guys have had invested at that point, and obviously you continue to invest and invest. This has got to be a monumental undertaking financially. Um,
Yeah, yeah. So far, it's about 400K, something like that.
wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy. And everybody needs to understand it's not launched yet. So there's no revenue, there's nothing coming in yet. So, this is bootstrapped. I mean, it's wow.
yeah. I
It's
mean, we have been paying a lot from our own pockets, right? But we do that because we really believe in the end product, and we really also believe that at some point, once revenue starts flowing in, then it doesn't really matter anymore how much we invested into it, right?
right.
Once it will actually have some revenue, it's also going to be a turning point for our token MMA, obviously, because we are not the kind of team that's just going to put the money in our pocket, right? Like I see a lot of games that they do millions in revenue in NFT sales, and their market cap is under 2-3 million, and I'm thinking something is not right, if you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, right.
That just means that they pocket most of it. Of course, we want to pocket in a way that we want to actually build our own game studio and not rely on a third party.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it's obvious just from you guys put out clips. You put out a lot of clips on X. And when you look at it, there's no doubt that you can see the effort that's been put in. You can see the money that's been spent. I keep saying that there is just really nothing else like this out there in the GameFi space as far as the quality of the graphics and the gameplay and just like today there was a tweet that was put out talking about the nuance, about the ambiance, about putting out the background audio. You hear crickets and birds, and if you're running through water, you're probably going to hear water. I mean, am I right? There's nothing else like this out there right now, is there?
I mean, the team that we made it, like, especially the new map, The Pond, I think there is no such map out there at all in crypto in this kind of quality and this kind of beauty, right? Because it's a really unique map. Um,
Yes.
if it's about general shooters, I mean, there is a couple of good shooters out there, right? It's just that we have something different. Is the fact that we don't actually use like because in those most shooters, what they have is one character with different skins, right? They just have one main character and they put different skins on top, and that's just basically different characters in the game. In our game, every character is unique, right? Every character is entirely different. They're not skins; they are, crafted, right, by our designer. Um, like from top to bottom, they're like every single character is extremely unique, right? And that's something you don't often see in shooters. That most of the time is just skins on top of mannequins, right?
Right.
And I think that's what a lot of people like as well about our game, and they will appreciate is exactly those characters that they're so like high quality, but as well each of them is unique, right? In shape, in form, in and one is a little bit skinnier, one's a little bit thicker, and so on.
Right. I mean, honestly, even in something like Call of Duty, you might have various characters that you can choose from to be, but they're all pretty much the same form. They're all the same size, the same.
Yeah,
So
they're just skinned, right? It's just like one
yeah,
main mannequin, and on top they put a skin. But it is, and I understand why studios do that because, to be honest with you, these characters
cost,
are
right?
amazing, right? But it's
Yeah.
frustrating to get the rigging done and everything because every single weapon needs to be adjusted exactly to the form and shape of the character, right? So
Okay.
that's why those games they just use one form, so to say, one mannequin, and then every weapon is held in the exact same way. But in our case, every character needed adjustment, if you know what I mean.
Well, all right. So how do you compensate? Because I mean, maybe you can't do this, but I'm assuming. All right. So let's say that Elmo drops his gun. Can Shib
Yeah.
come along and pick up that gun?
Yes.
Okay. So where you're talking about each particular, rifle, a gun, or whatever is kind of has to be crafted to each character, and the way that they would hold it
No, the
is
guns are the
could they
same. It's just that
disrupt?
the guns are the same. It's just that the position of the character has to be slightly different in the way of the arms, right? Because
Right.
Pepe has much thicker arms than, for example, Smurfcat, right? So
Yes.
Pepe might hold it a little bit like in a more narrow form, while Smurfcat has to spread his arms more to properly hold it, if you know what I mean. So these are like these very small details. And I can already say that on this early access, the holding won't be perfect for all characters. Like you will see that it's not perfect, but it's good. It's good, but there's something that we will improve over time. But that's kind of the I think what took the most time as well. Is these characters, to be honest, the integration of it and the changes and everything. So,
Yeah.
but it's good now. It's good.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I mean, right down to the texture of the hair, and I mean, it's what an unbelievable job. Is it now? Did we keep the thing about them? All the characters have like their own special abilities. Is that going to be part of
Not
it
in
as
this
well?
release yet. No, we had four characters done, but we said you cannot. We wanted to do all of them, but that would take again more time. So we had four of them done, and then we said, okay, let's just keep that for the next early access round, right? Then we will do,
Okay.
that all of them have a special power.
Okay. So all
Because
that
now,
is
now a couple of them had them. I know Pepe had one, Ship had one, Elmo had one, and they're nice. They're funny as well, and they're actually very useful, and they make the game a little bit more interesting. But we either had the choice to keep them for them, or to keep them for all so that they could select them in the menu. But then again, every power had to be adjusted again to the different character, right? Because the
right.
sizes were not exactly the same. So we decided to just move those special powers to the next early access round, which is basically early access round two.
So, when people like myself are kind of bitching and moaning about how long it's taken to actually be able to play this game, um, I understand this stuff. I get it, right? But maybe some other people might not know exactly how much detail is being put into this and why it is taking so long. And even after we
Well,
have this early release, there is still more to do because you guys are absolute perfectionists. You're trying to create a whole vibe here, a whole different thing than anybody sees anywhere else. It's time consuming, it's cost, there's a lot of money involved. So anybody who's wondering why it's taken so long, this is why. This is the detail that's going
well, we
into
could
it.
have we could have released maybe like in December or something, but we would have a game where there would be just too many flaws, and we just would be busy in the TG and the Discord, hearing that this is shit, that is shit, it's not working properly, So we thought, let's just make it as good as possible and take some more time, right? And actually, the
So,
reason why it takes longer is like you're saying, actually, it's more because of us, I would say, than the developer, because we just wanted things to be better, like,
right.
for example, these characters, right? Specific things like, small things, even, in the menu, like menu options, the way it looks, everything. We were very picky. I think, especially me, I think my team sometimes gets a bit tired of me because I want to have everything like, like this or like that. And a lot of these things in the game like are also inspired by the team, right, and not like taken necessarily from from another game. So we kind of are very like perfectionists,
Well, plus
but we kind of also let some things go.
you're a gamer too, right? I mean, I don't know how many
I
other
used to
people
be,
on the
not
team
anymore.
are. Well, but you've got a clue. I don't know how many other people on the team are or were big gamers, but of course you're going to be a little more particular about things because you know how it should be.
Yeah, I mean, as a gamer, as a previous gamer, I played a lot of shooters. I am very satisfied, right? So I think that's a good sign. um I think the dynamics are like really, they're really nice. Like it feels, it's not the kind of shooter like you see often nowadays with a lot of magic and a lot of very fast, too fast in my opinion, or characters flying or this kind of stuff. It's like kind of like you feel like the Call of Duties from the 2010s, right, around that
Right.
period,
Yep.
but with
Yep.
a bit of flow of meme, right, and
Yeah.
fantasy of characters and so on.
There are games that my son plays. I don't know the name of it. I keep forgetting the name of it, but I watch him play it, and there is so much happening on the screen. You're talking about the magic and all. There's so much
Yeah,
going on.
probably Valorant.
I don't know how. I'm sorry.
Probably Valorant or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know. But all I know is that I can't, I have no idea what's happening when I'm watching. He's playing and he's shooting and he's happy and he's great. And I'm like, what did you shoot? I don't even get what's going on right now. So something like this is more my speed. I can see, who's running around, what I'm shooting, where I'm hiding. There's not
Yeah.
crazy shit going on.
That's also my kind of style personally, right? Because for example, used to play a lot of Counter-Strike back in the days. And for me, that was when I was really good at it, it was normal, right? But now, like I've been playing sometimes Counter-Strike 2, and it's not doable anymore for me. You know what I mean? You have to really play a lot to be able to feel that you're good at it, right? And I think in our game, even if you're not very good at it, you can enjoy playing it, right? It's not like it's that you spam and you get straight away the bullet through the head, if you know what I mean.
Right.
You
Yeah.
have some time to walk,
Um,
you have some time to find some enemies, right? You have some time to, it depends which game mode, because we will have free for all, and free for all is quite hectic. So that one is not for people that are not very much into quick game, but free for all is quite intense actually.
I keep thinking to myself, I've got two more questions that I want to ask you, but then you'll say something that brings up another question. There was an issue with the very, very early access one that we kind of were playing that was a bit of a mess. There was an issue where because there were only like maybe two spawn points, and if the other team got to the spawn point, it was ridiculous. As soon as you spawn, you were dead. But I know that you were
Yeah.
trying to work that out so that there were different spawn points. Have you fixed that problem?
Yeah, it's no different spawn points, but when you spawn, you basically have, I believe, around 5 seconds of, you're
Oh, okay.
invincible. So you can basically just, if people are camping at your base, you can shoot them because they can't shoot you, kind of thing, right?
Oh, okay.
Like most
Well,
shooters, they use that. They use this kind of invincibility period of 5 to 10 seconds, so that you have time to, because if they sit indeed inside in your base, then you cannot do anything. But now they cannot do that simply.
yeah, it sucked. As soon as you spawn, boom, you're done,
Yeah.
So, all
Yeah,
right,
I mean,
good. I'm glad to
best
hear it.
thing, probably the best thing about this version will be something that was the worst in previous beta, is that in previous beta you really needed a second player to be able to play, right?
Yes,
In
yeah,
this version, you don't need that at all. In this version, we have AI steered bots which are always available to play. So even if you don't find a match with a real player, you can always play. And these
right.
bots are like I said, AI, and they're pretty damn smart, right? They often, you cannot hide from them. They know where to find you, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So it's always
that
fun.
was
Even
something
against
that I
bots, it's fun,
mentioned.
you know.
That was something that I mentioned earlier in the video is that I couldn't stand the fact that you had to wait for somebody else to be home and bored to get on and play with. So
Yeah,
that's
now
a
you don't
good
need
thing
that.
too. Yeah.
No.
All right. So let me get down to one of my two last questions. Um, we were very surprised a while back to see the new map. There was the map, the Pepe map, the map of the swamp. What a beautiful map. It looks big. It looks gorgeous, right? Uh, is there any chance? Can I get a scoop? Are we going to have any other surprises on this release, or is it those two maps and
No,
that's
no, it's going to be those two maps. We are working to hopefully in the next early access round to have a more like a small map, like a little bit like smaller tactical map. Um,
okay?
we are yet to decide what theme it will be. We've been crossing our minds to have like a meme house, so kind of like a doll house in a way, but in the form of like a meme kind of way that one team spams in the bottom, the other one spams in the top, and you basically find each other in the middle, right?
Okay.
But we want to get one smaller map because these maps for free for all they're like you know enough size wise, but for that match for some players, it maybe is too much to have to walk 15 seconds, right, before you can find a player. But my opinion is fine, but I understand a lot of gamers prefers quick action. So, spam, shoot, die, spam, shoot, die, right? That's what
Right.
most of these games have. So we are going to solve that with a smaller map, basically.
I mean, I think what some games do that I've seen is they will take a larger map, but they will take just a portion of it. Like you don't have the whole map. They just shrink it down to like this area to get those smaller, more intimate games. I
Yeah.
mean, is that an option to get it maybe done quicker?
No, I keep these maps we have as they are, and I would create another map for that for a smaller
Okay.
one.
All right. All right, cool. All
I mean,
right.
the idea is to have every kind of player like happy, right? So some people might prefer to walk around a bit before being able to get shot, and some players they just prefer that intense battle, right? So if you have a bit of both, I think that's ideal, you know.
Okay.
I like
Here.
for me personally, I would love to see a battle royale as well at some point. So kind of like Fortnite and PUBG, where you basically all drop onto a massive map, and like you say, it shrinks over time. So you have to kind of come together to the middle, you know, at some point. But it's like 100 players on one map basically, and it slowly shrinks down.
Right. Uh, Trying to get things together here with my, here we go. I'm going to end that share. I think I'm going to end it. I'm not sure how to end it. It's not letting me do it. Just trying to get out of here so I can just get back to you and ask you my last question. I don't know, whatever. I don't care if it just does it. That's fine. We'll leave it where it is. Okay, so my final question. There's rumors, um, I guess in the TG of a specific date. I don't know if that's just, people pulling a date out of their ass to get attention or whatever. But we know that it's going to happen this quarter. We're rapidly running out of this quarter. There's only a couple weeks left. Do you have a specific date that I'm not going to hold you to it, but a specific date that you're shooting
Uh,
for?
we want to kind of post it as soon as possible, the specific day, but we're just waiting for those final little like fixes, right? Which I think we just received the build. Actually, we should be able to wrap it up and create the installer, and prepare everything for the release. I'm thinking around 28th probably on a Friday, and I think the fun thing is that it's a lot of early access games. They don't allow you to play unless you buy something from them, right? Like an access pass or whatever. And we decided to just throw it open, right? Because I think it's much more important in the early stage of an early access for as many people to see what it is like, right? Of course, understanding that an early access is never going to be perfect. There's always going to be things that need to be fixed. Um, I think we did pretty well in getting out the major bugs, and there might be some small bugs here and there, but they don't really affect the gameplay that much. So, but I think it's important to get as many as possible people, right? Especially because when you do like a closed early access and you have a new person joining the TG and is asking where can I play, and then you say, yeah, you have to buy this. I think it's not really how it should be, right? I think early access is for the developer and for the project owner to kind of measure, the feedback, measure what can be done better before releasing the next version. We might do early access 2 if early access 1 is so successful, like we have a lot of players. We might do early access 2 for a small payment, and in return for that, we would, for example, do like big leaderboards weekly, right? So it's not that you pay for nothing.
You
But
can earn,
yeah, you can earn. I mean, it's going to be top to 5 to 10 places basically share a weekly leaderboard. And it doesn't have to be necessarily an MMA. It can be also another token. We're actually going to ask if any of our partners are interested to sponsor, for example, a weekly leaderboard. I think that's also fun, right? For them to be able to, be part of it in that way.
okay. Nope. You
Um,
froze up. Oh, there you are.
but yeah, first place, you'll probably be able to earn like 100, 150, $200, right?
Wow.
Yep.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. Well, you know what's going to happen? You're going to have one crackerjack, guy who's going to win it like every week. But yeah, that's cool. That's good to know. Um,
Well, it depends because it's not only based off kills. It's not only about kills. It's also about kill assists. You get also points. It's not that the points are only based off kills, right? But if you're not very good, then I definitely don't suggest playing free for all, right? Because that one is like more intense, and that's going to be
oh
very
yeah,
hard to be able to score points. And
yeah.
well, on
You're
team
getting
deathmatch, if you're
bullets
not very
coming.
good, you take yourself a sniper, and you do the sniping part of job there.
That's me. I'm finding a nice
Yeah, I know.
shadow to hide in, and
That's
I'm
why I
sniping.
mentioned it.
I'm a
That's why I
camper for
mentioned it.
sure. No problem saying how much I love to camp.
I think
Okay,
everybody does, right? In a way, it's fun.
yeah.
People hate them campers, but everybody likes to camp from time to time.
Well, that's
In
what
the
I love
front,
most. That's what I love most about it is how much it pisses people off.
exactly, exactly. But that's a gaming culture, pissing people off. That's especially in shooters. Like you love to piss people off simply.
All right.
But yeah, the
So
pond map is amazing for that. Actually, if you're mentioning it now, you can really find some nice hiding spots there.
yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to play it. Yeah. As soon as I can, let me know. All right. So yeah, you got to wait for a few things to settle themselves out
yeah,
before you are able to, announce a particular date, and it be, that's the solid date. But is there a date that you're hoping for?
yeah, 28. That's what I hope for. But don't write it down in your agenda yet, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the date that was floating around in the TG. I heard a few people say that was a rumor, so I would imagine that's not the first time that you've kind of expressed that, so that's good. But I just wanted to get that out for
I
everybody.
think it's still 2 weeks for that, and
Yeah,
also it's a Friday, and Fridays are generally good for launching a game because people actually have time in the weekend, to play. So,
yeah,
like people like you and me, we work full time, and later family life, it's a bit hard. But in the weekend, people
yeah.
they can find some time to try it out. No, but I've played actually today a little bit, and it's fun. It's good. It's good stuff.
All right. Uh,
Yeah,
get
I
me a
played every
link.
day almost.
Get me a link. Let me download this thing and play it. I'll put some gameplay on video.
Yeah, we don't have it. We are waiting for the new build, which is I think came now, or they are still pushing it through. So we are waiting for the new build. But actually, yeah, maybe I can add you there. Why not?
Why not? Why not? If you can play, why
But
can't
you'll
I
be
play?
playing against bots, right? I think it's more fun to play against real people. But yeah, you'll be playing against
Yeah, I
bots. You
don't care.
can run
I
around.
just want to see the gameplay. I want to see the map. I want to be able to record it. I want to be able to show people. I mean, geez,
Sure. Yeah, let
hook
me
a
wait for
brother
the new
up.
build and then see what I can do.
All right, sounds good. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. I know you're walking around, you're walking your dog. I've got to go get my fiance. Thank you very much for very
Yeah, you too, sir.
rapidly
Thanks, appreciate it.
being able to jump on and clarify some things. So that worked out great. And I will be talking to you very soon, brother.
And do you want this kind? Do you want this cap?
Do I want that cap? Yes, I want
Yeah.
one of those. I had to go out and make my own sweatshirt. I had to go out and make
Yeah, I
my own
know, but
shirt.
I mean, once we get a bit more bigger community and we get a bit more players, then we will do some kind of merch store where people can get such a nice cap.
Yeah, the
I'm actually
caps.
working with this thing almost for a year now.
Yeah, oh, really? Yeah, yeah. The cap's
Yeah, I'm
cool.
working.
The only
Yeah,
way to
like
make
like.
it cooler is to have the DJ Trev logo over on the side somewhere. But
Oh, I mean, if we would work with a third party one, like a third party merch provider, then you can add whatever you want, right? It's just
like
that
that's
the
how I
base
did
will
mine,
be.
right? I did the M, and then
Yeah.
I had like my face kind of in the background. I mean, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it for me. If I gotta pay for it, it's gonna look
Of
the way
course.
I want.
Yeah, but I'll put my picture on there on the back as well as a fixed kind of design requirement.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can
Cool.
represent me as well if you want.
You got it. You got it. Okay. Enjoy your vape. Enjoy your walk, and I'll
Yeah,
talk to
thanks,
you
man. I appreciate it.
very soon. Thanks again.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Take care.